Well, yesterday was a very challenging day. I was ill all day. Dizzy, disorientated, sick, absolutely dreadful. But I was just going all day. I did a photo shoot in the morning, a photo shoot in the afternoon, and then I got a call to go and sing at a club in Coventry. And I think just keeping going at this point is really good. Sick or not, my car is very ill. It needs a lot of money, or I need to buy a new car. The clutch is slipping, the gearbox has gone. It's just holding on by an absolute miracle at the moment. I'm going very slow when I'm driving. So I didn't get back in to home till 2:45 this morning, hence I'm looking extremely tired today. But I didn't get a chance to finish the diaries yesterday, so I thought, well, I'd do it today, which is Easter Monday, good holiday, bank holiday Monday in England. Time to finish. Time to draw a line under the Froglet Diaries. It doesn't mean my story is finishing or my life is finishing. It means I'm moving away from something that, instead of helping now, is possibly hurting a little bit now. I recognise the difference between healthy progress and being trapped in one place. And so I've made the decision to for the demise of Froglet, because I can try and kill off the frog prince, but that's not as final, is it, as killing off Froglet, because I can choose not to resurrect Froglet ever again, and that's what I have to do. Also, because Keith is now with another lady, has a new girlfriend, or maybe several girlfriends, or maybe he's seeing his ex-partner, I don't know. Whatever he's doing, I don't think it's fair to them now that our relationship is definitely over. You know, he's moved on very quickly, which has been painful, but you know, inevitable, isn't it? If somebody isn't committed to you and doesn't love you deeply, as I've said before, you can't make somebody love you enough. They either do or they don't, and if they don't, then you have to love yourself enough to save yourself and you know, get out and find somebody who does love you enough. I'm not ready for that yet, but you know, I'm hopeful that I'm in the right place in myself. So I've done a bit of a tongue-in-cheek ending to Froglet. The stone that meant so much to me is now Froglet's tombstone. I thought it was the best way to end the hope and the longing for a happy ending, because it's obvious that's not going to happen. So it hasn't happened, it won't happen, and that's the end of it. So Froglet, rest in peace, 2011, and we're also little thank you to Froglet for the journey so far to date. All right, so Froglet is gone, and so the diaries must end. I wanted to end them on an upbeat note rather than a sad note. Even though I'm sad inside, I recognise that there is pain in this ending. There's conflict in me. You know, the hardest thing you can do is to lose somebody you love, either by death or by them leaving you or you leaving them. When I chose to pack up my things and leave the Frog Prince on March the 30th, I didn't go willingly. I went with everything in me, wanting to will this person into saying, don't go, I don't want you to go, I want this to be okay, I'll do anything it takes to make it all right. You want the fairy tale ending. The reality was that he replaced me within a very short time with somebody else, and it wasn't even going back to his ex, it was starting a new relationship, which was probably even more painful because you realise that, you know, the feelings for you weren't so strong as to, you know, want to stay and want to make it right and work. And that is what you're looking for. That is what I'm looking for. You're looking for the person, the prince, who says, I can't be without you. I can't not be with you. You're more important to me than anything, and a life with you is where I want to be. And whatever that takes, that's what I'm prepared to do. That's what you need, because in the good times when everything's wonderful, great. In the bad times, you need somebody who looks at you, no matter what age, what size, what's happened. You need someone to look at you and say, I know this is my soulmate, my soul frog, and I will do anything to make this work. And that's, if one of you is prepared to do that and the other one no, there's nothing you can do. And I want you to remember that as I move away from the Froglet Diaries. You only have to save yourself, and the hardest thing for me was walking away from the person that I love so much. And I'm still working through those issues, but I'm also very aware that the relationship will never work with somebody who is so against being properly committed and loyal and supportive, and it won't work. Not for me, not with the dishonesty. And obviously now that there is another woman as well as the ex, another woman involved, you know, that loyalty is even less for me than it was anyway. And so you have to realise that, you know, you're not loved like you deserve to be. Okay, so the second thing is to wish Keith and his new girlfriend, or his ex, whatever, happy life, the best life. Tim, I hope it works. I hope you're both happy. I hope you're all happy. And may your choices and your decisions and the way you've conducted yourself as well be a good place to be, a good way of being. I hope you can look at yourselves and be proud. And, you know, everything that you give out comes back to you. You know, I accept the responsibility that a relationship built on pain for somebody else is likely to bring back an element of pain, and I accept that. So, to do the final ending of the Froglet Diaries, it's April the 25th, and it's very strange that the ending was delayed a day, because our relationship started on the 25th of February, and it's come to its final closure in my head and heart on the 25th of April 2011. Well, what good can I take from this experience? Well, Keith was the first man that I saw something in, kind, decent, I thought, made friends with him. Making friends with the man was a big thing for me, never mind having a relationship. Opening up and letting him in to me as a woman, as a person, that was amazing. He freed me from many, many years of self-imposed exile and being closed to life, being closed to experiences. He helped put something back inside me, in my heart, that was empty and grieving, for my children, especially for my life, for the loss of my health, for the loss of my money, for all sorts of reasons. He helped put something back in me. Maybe I was just ready for that anyway. He took me fishing for the very first time ever in my life. I didn't like all the bit of the hook in the fish and the baiting, but I really enjoyed going fishing. At 53 years of age, that was an experience that I would never have had had I not met the Frog Prince. We spent some lovely days by the canal and lakes, and it was just a very lovely, wonderful time together. He taught me how to play pool. We spent lots of days playing pool, and he was a very patient teacher. I'll give him that. Never lost his temper or got annoyed or didn't mind if there was no challenge to the games until I caught up a little bit and was able to play him properly. And we had many wonderful laughs doing that all over the country. It was wonderful to work with somebody I was in love with. It was wonderful to be able to just get up, go off to a gig together, go and explore where you were. And it was a wonderful experience to have somebody there on stage with me. Not just my daughter, when she and I were working together, but somebody who I went home with at night, and we had a sandwich, a cup of tea, went to bed. All those lovely little intimate moments that were possible with not only being in love with somebody, but being able to work together at what we were good at. Watching him blossom and grow as a performer, watching our duo get better and better, was a real source of pride for me. Going and watching my man work solo, I absolutely adored watching him work solo, seeing him make that effort. And he has a wonderful voice, always thought so. It's not always been a wonderful performer, but he's getting there. And I was proud of that, proud of my input in that as well. He brought me back to being a woman in the full sense of the word. I didn't think I would ever be able to function as a woman in the full sense that I did with him. He gave me the freedom to explore myself as a 53-year-old woman in a relationship which was loving, sexual, explorative and adventurous in different ways. And he made me feel beautiful for a time. Not when he was lying and cheating and all that stuff, but obviously that was a real down point where I have in the end felt not so beautiful, and I've been working on those issues with myself. When anybody doesn't love you and they go off with somebody else, maybe slimmer, maybe younger, maybe different, you question, you look at yourself and you think, was it my size? Is it me? Am I not beautiful enough? Am I not good enough? That's all normal questioning, but at the end of the day, you have to think, the proof of the pudding was in the reactions of when you were together, and that says that you were desirable and okay. It's just your self-esteem that's taken a knock and your belief in your ability to be lovable. I'm getting that back, little by little. There are other things. He did wonderful. He spent hours under my car trying to fix my exhaust. He was the first man in a relationship for me to come into the house, and he cooked me a beautiful meal. He cooked me a wonderful meal the very first time. And it made me cry because I just felt so, sadly really, special because somebody had made effort for me. And that says a lot about where I was, my self-esteem. My God, that's normal stuff, but it mattered so much to me. Holding hands, walking down the street, arm in arm, not being able to keep your hands off each other. That was wonderful. We had a day at the cinema, which was rather memorable, one afternoon. Just so many things that are wonderful memories. It's not all bad. The day at the Transport Museum at Coventry, him coming to Keeping It Live, a showcase all week, coming to see me, and was making friends again after being separated when he went back to try and resolve his situation with his ex-partner. I stayed away because I really did want him and her to be happy if they were going to be happy. But I have a feeling that the Frog Prince is going round and round and round in a circle of his own making. The same routine, the same people, the same mistakes. And that will always be like that, I think. I'm pretty sure. You know, I think we came close to breaking some of that cycle, but not enough to make a difference to him. I'll always be grateful for Keith's son Liam being so kind and accepting and straight with me. And I'll always be very grateful to his mum, Karen. She made me very welcome, and she was very supportive of my relationship with Keith. And whatever they went through, I can respect totally where they are at now. They are doing their best for their son, and that has to be admired. The ex-partner, I wish her peace and happiness and some place in her life where she will recover from how she feels. And for me, I'm going to fly. I'm going to shine. I'm going to recover. And life moves on. And I hope all of you will find your place of strength inside yourself, the place where you belong, and happiness. And join me at the end of May on the Phoenix Chapters for progress and maybe a little bit more inspiration from me and the journey from this point. Okay, thank you for being with me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for helping me. Thank you. I've been very grateful for your journey with me. Take care.